I am sensitive, but I need to remember that you're saying what you're saying, and it doesn't mean that
it's true.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smartest Girl in the World podcast with the one and only Nivine Nash. That's my job.
And co-host.
That's the one thing I get.
Like, let me have it.
Let me have that. And I'm your co-host, Jason Nash, and we're back.
You were made
to be a co-host.
No.
You were made to be a second fiddle.
You have a voice that's unmatched.
Well, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here on the second episode of your podcast.
We're excited to have you.
What was the feedback like on the first podcast?
It was great. I showed it to you and to me, and we both laughed. I think it's a good sign if you watch something that you're in and it's making you laugh, because usually we like cringe at ourselves.
Yeah.
But no, not me. I was cracking up.
Yeah, because at one point you went back on it. You're like, it's not good.
You know what's crazy is I thought it was too funny.
Oh.
I know that's insane.
You wanted more meat,
I wanted
more
it to
helping.
be more serious, and I felt we were just too funny.
Well, listen, I've never been told that in my entire life. I can dial it back if you want.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll dial it back. I'll lay it.
Like, let's be serious.
Get some grim topics on here, you know, like chlamydia or gonorrhea, something like that.
Have you ever had?
My husband has 2 weeks to live. How do I say goodbye?
I would ghost them because they're about to ghost you. That was great.
Off to a good start.
Okay.
All right. Do you think this podcast will end in, we'll ever have a blow-up fight on this podcast?
Well, so what I'm hoping is, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because then people can see, I'll give us this. We don't fight that much. But when we do fight, our bounce back and like how quick we resolve it is pretty good.
Yeah. I try.
And that's a testament to me. I'm just kidding. No, you're actually really good. Most guys need like a 2-week cool down from like any topic. Uh-huh. If you like come at them with anything, you're maybe 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'm ready to end the fight.
Even on a hike today, we weren't even in a fight, but we were in like a heavy discussion. And then you started boxing the air for a second. And I was like, oh, he's mad. And I was like, did I take it too far? And then he was like, and then he goes, come here. And I was like, oh, I thought this was going to go so different.
well, that's what I'm trying to do with fights.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really hear you.
Just like.
Because sometimes you'll say things that upset me. Mm-hmm. But you're
sensitive.
I am sensitive, but I need to remember that you're saying what you're saying, and it doesn't mean that
it's true.
No, no, it doesn't. It doesn't mean, because the problems come in relationships, which I'm learning in this relationship. Oh. The problem comes in when my partner, you, tells me something, and I react and make it worse. I don't want to fight.
Me neither. Fighting is so boring.
Yeah, I agree. So let's not ever do it again.
Okay.
All right, perfect. What's on the docket today, boss?
So I wanted to read you some submissions I got.
Oh, yes. You put out something on Instagram.
I put out an Instagram
and you got
story.
an amazing response. Responses.
Yeah.
You were so excited.
Hey, so many people.
Don't play it down. You were excited that day.
I was excited that because most people don't participate and stuff, or like even like read what you're putting on your story. Like they're just like looking at pictures and scrolling. So the fact that you guys like clicked on a website and like submitted a form I think that's so nice.
Yeah, and the website will be in the description right here if anybody wants to go on and submit their query.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dive in.
Mm-hmm. Dive in.
I want a catchphrase.
Well, those will have to come naturally.
So let's.
Like you need stuff like bag 'em or tag 'em.
I'll brainstorm on my own.
Bag 'em or tag 'em, like.
That's like for someone at the airport, I feel.
Well, bag 'em or tag 'em, like, get that man or tag 'em and put them back on the shelf.
Bag them. But what's tagging them? Like just
tagging them. You're tagging them and you're putting them back on the shelf. In other words, make this person yours or tag them.
No, I don't. If you're not going to make someone yours, don't tag them. Leave them alone.
Oh. I'm saying tag them, put them back on the shelf. It could be your catchphrase.
Tag them and
Yeah.
bag them. I like it. I like it. I'm with it. Bag
One in
them
the
or tag
pink,
them.
two in the stink.
That's not. That I think is the most vile catchphrase. It's like middle school boys are running around saying that, and it's like, what?
I think I've heard you say that before.
I went through a little phase where I couldn't stop saying it because it's so insane.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like a bowling ball.
What?
You know, a bowling ball. You put your fingers
That's
in the
so nasty.
Okay, I'll let you get started.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Okay, go ahead.
This is loosely based on this question.
Mm-hmm.
A man named, can I say their names?
Maybe not.
First, yeah, maybe for this one not.
Or change the name. Make up a name. Richard.
Richard. He wants to find a girl who specifically likes a certain type of thing in the bedroom
Okay.
with the behind.
Okay.
And he's having trouble finding
What a
that.
psycho.
And he's been single for 14 years because that's all he wants to do. Like, he doesn't want regular style. He wants behind style.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I mean, keep looking. Keep looking until you find somebody.
If that's the case, you have to.
That is tough, though. How do you find somebody like that?
You have to find like a specific kind of website or something, because
Anal
lovers.
princesses.com. Yeah, I mean, like what? Yeah, maybe there is a.
I feel like maybe, but he wants his girlfriend to do that, not just like a hookup.
Right. And he can't find anybody?
No.
How do you find? I guess that is tough to find. You can't really ask it on the first date.
So I think you have to. If it's that, make it or break it for you.
Right there, right over the crab rangoon. Just go. Hey, are you into anal? Like first out the gate? You can't ask that.
Yeah. I feel maybe there's something deeper in this.
Oh, well, yeah, let's get there.
I think if regular style with a woman isn't like making you happy, like maybe you should entertain a different kind of person that doesn't have a first hole.
Oh, sure. Just
Maybe
try.
this is like your gateway to like saying like, oh, maybe
You like the butt.
like if you like it that much,
There's a sex that.
it's exclusive.
Only
That's
has
the
one
only
hole.
way you can do it.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe that.
Maybe. I would probably assume to say that this guy, if he wanted to do that, he would go do that. You know, and
But so
date men.
he had a certain type of name, which makes me think.
Go ahead, spill it
Can
all.
That's not as accepted.
I see. It was somebody
I want to show you the name.
from a certain part of the world. Yes. Somebody from a certain part of the world where that might not be accepted.
They're a little behind on like.
Behind, get it?
Okay, so
Well, I don't think we helped him.
I think we did. You're welcome, Richard. I think instead of finding people that. So here, I'll say this. This is kind of equivalent to some guy saying like, oh, I only want a Jewish girl, or I only want a Lebanese guy, or I only want that. When you narrow down what you want in a person to something so like small, well, maybe religion's not small, but like anytime you put like so many like boxes around someone, you're just limiting how many people you can actually meet because you're putting too many rules on it.
We have a friend who wants a Jewish woman.
Which I understand.
I understand.
I get it.
I understand. But also, what if he found someone who was more his speed, who would convert? Something like that.
Yeah. And so like it's like, or maybe like you fall in love with someone so much and they don't necessarily care about religion, but they don't mind that you do. Like, does it like, but everything about them is everything you ever wanted in a person. Would you let it like hold you back?
I think you nailed this, and I'm not even kidding. You gave really good advice. That's such a good take.
Yeah, it's hard enough to find someone like you just love and like easily get along with, and like you want to spend your life with someone. You shouldn't put any sort of like you need to do this or you have to be this way.
Yeah. It's what's more important: someone giving you their butthole, or somebody that like you get along with and
Yeah.
you love and you like you laugh with
Yeah.
and like you have incredible chemistry. That's what's more important.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you can turn the lights off and pretend it's their butt. Right? Or does it feel different? I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
What does it feel like?
there you go, Osama. There's the advice.
Dude, we're so good at this. Okay.
That's really good advice. I like what you said. Good. For one in the can. One in the stink.
Done.
2 more in the pink. Let's go.
Okay.
You should title it. You should title this podcast. One in the pink, 2 in the stink.
No.
I'd click.
Stop saying that in this podcast.
I would click on it.
Hey, you're on your last leg.
Oh, don't put me in the doghouse. By the way, guys, whenever we get into a fight, Nivine puts me in the doghouse and I have to come down here and sleep.
That's not true.
No, it's not
I
true.
threaten it.
We joke about it. I've never slept in the podcast room. Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Keep talking like that, though. I just want to know what I have to do to find a girl who is just funny and open with me. And why do I seem to be the weirdo in every relationship?
Oh. Well, that's a you thing.
I'm weird?
No, that's a him thing. Is it a
Yeah,
him?
why do you think you're the weirdo?
I used to think that. I used
Really?
to think like, oh, I'm weird and I can't have but it's just your thinking. It's like you have to accept yourself, right?
Yeah, I've just never thought it was me.
Well, yeah, you're not. You don't relate to it, but I do. So he wants to find somebody funny.
Also, I'm so like, I don't know. He's saying it's hard to find a girl who's just like funny and open. I think every girl is so funny.
Yeah.
Like they're so funny.
Uh-huh.
They're hilarious. All girls.
Okay.
That seems pretty easy to find if that's your only.
Maybe go to a stand-up show, an improv show. Maybe
I think just keep looking.
go on Instagram and see somebody who makes funny posts.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's that whole debate of men don't find women funny. That's a debate we hear a lot.
Yeah, it's the argument is men don't like funny women.
Yeah.
But men like women that think they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's very true.
Right.
But
well, like today I made you laugh. We were talking about the size of your hands.
we don't need to like guys, this man, ever since I told him I had a career in hand modeling, he's been trying to take me down. Like he like wants me to think that I'm incapable of like restarting that career or anything so that he can keep me
Do you really think that?
Yeah.
You really think I don't want you to be a hand model again?
Unintentional.
First of all, you don't want to be a hand model anymore. You didn't like it. You left. You left the business.
I left the business, but I liked it. It was so fun.
I'm all for you want to be a hand model.
I was getting praised.
I am all for.
Now I get the opposite of that.
Why don't you tell them the story?
Of?
What happened? What I said. We showed a picture of you as a softball player when you were.
I played softball.
Yeah, when you were 11.
Professionally.
When she was 11, in a league, and I said, "Oh my God, look at your hands! You got big hands."
I was trying to show him like a cute. I feel like girls can relate to this, and some guys. I was trying to show him like a cute picture of like when I was a kid, so he could be like, "Oh, like one day we'll have kids," and he just goes, "Your hands, they're huge."
Well, you hadn't grown into your body yet.
You don't grow into You're not a baby with an adult hand.
100%.
No, you're not.
100%. When you're like a teenager, like you're sometimes people's feet are bigger, their hands are bigger. And so she thought I was trying to take her down, but
Yeah.
really I told her, I said, "No, you've got to get into the mindset of like how my dad used to talk about athletics and how my sister was an athlete and how you talk about athletics when a kid has big hands,
You're like, oh,
that's good."
yeah.
Like, oh, they can catch, they can throw, like they're going to be able to get that ball.
But that wasn't the case in my game.
Okay. But I wasn't, the point is I wasn't trying to take you down. I was complimenting you on your athleticism.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the question.
yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, just
He wants somebody funny.
keep looking. The funny girls are out there. You're not looking hard enough.
Yeah. maybe look inside yourself. Like,
what do you think is funny also?
yeah, what do you think is funny?
Why do people think you're weird?
Why
do you think you're weird?
One of the things before I met Nivine that I wanted to do, I had an idea, which was go to a Curb Your Enthusiasm show, like where Larry David was speaking, and maybe meet somebody that liked Curb Your Enthusiasm. And now,
That's what you wanted to do?
Of course, I never did it, but I think that's a good piece of advice. Like, if you're looking for somebody funny, maybe go to a Theo Von show.
Right.
Maybe go to a comedy festival. Go to Skankfest, which is this festival in Las Vegas where you can see 30, 40 comedians and you can meet people and maybe you find somebody with the same sense of humor. If comedy is that important to you, if funny is that important to you, then that's where you can go find it.
True.
I killed that. I killed that advice.
Go. Yeah.
You got the first one. I
put
killed
yourself
this one.
in the. Yeah. Good job.
Is that okay that I stole your thunder there?
I'm gonna cut it. Okay.
Question 3. Query 3.
This is a woman.
Okay, good.
Why?
Because the first 2 were men.
I'm taken, but I have a crush that I feel totally guilty about. How should I crush my crush's feelings so I can feel less guilty?
I mean, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Well, you got to cut it off right there and then.
But I don't think they have something going on.
Yeah, but why are you being tempted by this other person? Like, just cut it off.
Like, if it's a friendship, you think distance yourself from that person.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Don't see them anymore.
Because it's
don't
just
talk to
going
them.
to get bad.
If it's a work crush, don't go to work.
Fire them.
Make
up a lie about them so your boss fires them.
Make up a lie about them, spread nasty rumors about them.
Yeah.
So their life is ruined.
Yeah.
And you can go on with your mediocre relationship that you don't love. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, you do need to cut it off.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, honestly.
Let's start over to the smartest girl in the world. What does she think?
I think, I don't know, because I also feel, is there something wrong with your relationship? Because I think it's normal to
Obviously.
It's normal to think someone's like hot or being like, oh, this person's really cute. But if you're developing feelings, I don't know. I just feel that means you're lacking with your partner. So if it were me, I would tell my partner, nothing's happened, but I feel like I have a crush on someone. And I really like that they like compliment me a lot and like they are interested in like really cool stuff and like they kind of like mentally stimulate me. So I want to like come to you because like maybe we need to go on like a fun date or something because like I feel weird about it and like I feel like maybe we've been boring or maybe we need to shake things up. Oh. And so it's kind of putting your partner at like I had to kind of step it up. And then they kind of trust you because it's like you didn't do anything. You're not going to talk to the other person again. But they know that something's up.
Well, great advice.
Because maybe they'll be like, oh, I have a crush too.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. If you did that to me, I wonder how I would respond.
You're so... this is how I think. We've never had like a thing like that, but I feel like you're so good at talking things out. Like,
oh, thanks.
I don't think you would like freak out or anything. I think you would be like, okay, like let's fix this.
I think too, like even if you did have a crush on somebody, I'm like secure enough in what I bring to you that I'd be like, well, he can't do what I do.
Oh yeah, no one can do what you do.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant like I feel like I've got you tricked enough. No, I feel like what we have is like really special and good. Real and really good. And so I would be like, oh, you have a crush on Dan? Oh yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I think that's how I take it.
Wait, Jason would be like, why don't you just hang out with him a little bit and maybe it'll pass.
Well, you said something interesting to me once. You were like, if one of us cheats, it's over. I think that's a really good topic.
I actually talked about this a few days ago to someone because I thought your take was so insane.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I know. Yeah.
But I think your take is something that a lot of people also don't admit.
I was being honest with you. And it really shook me when you were like, "That's wrong." We should explain what it is. I don't know if you've explained it.
Okay, so Jason said, I'm going to get a lot of DMs after this for my hand.
Okay.
Jason said if I cheated on him and I came to him and told him, or even if I didn't, I guess, he wouldn't leave me.
Yeah.
And he goes, well...
No, it's like this. It's like I cheated. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I was drunk. I made out with so-and-so. I'd be like, okay. And I guess, is that wrong?
It's not wrong.
You told me that.
I said it was wrong because I felt it was coming from a place of like, oh, well, I can't, I'm not going to get someone like better and I like you. So like, let me stay.
No.
Where it's like integrity wise, I broke our commitment.
Yeah. It's not that I'm not going to find anyone better. It's like, I love.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like, I love you so much that I'm like, oh, she screwed up. I think that's what I would say. Who knows?
I don't know. I have a theory that
I think
seem chill.
Yeah.
But there's been instances sometimes if we're like drinking and stuff, I get drunk pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, I'm like really chatty and I'll be like talking to people. And sometimes if I'm a little too drunk and I'm like talking to someone a little too long, you will kind of come up and like see what I'm up to.
I do that.
You do, which is sweet because like Jason does kind of like let me go and like explore a party or talk or mingle. And like you do the same. Like we're both really good at like not like crowding each other somewhere. And then we always find our way back to each other. Yeah. But if I'm gone a little too long, you do find me.
Yeah.
And I think that's really sweet.
Okay, good. I think it's funny when, this is kind of off subject, but you know what's a funny thing I noticed is you at 2 drinks is good.
Yeah.
You at 3 drinks is wild.
Yeah.
And then one time you got to 3 drinks and I cut you off at the 4th or third, maybe it was 3.5. And then I got you home and you were so wild.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should have let her finish the 3rd.
Because then I would have just fallen asleep. I would have tired myself out. But you took me home a little too soon when I had the 3rd drink. Yeah. So it was like so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be wild here.
Yeah.
I was just messing with you. Yes, I was like, I wanted to joke. I wanted to talk.
Yeah.
I wanted to just like play around.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And you were so done.
Little note, guys at home, maybe let her finish the 3rd drink, and then you'll have a quick rest. Let her black out.
Let her black out.
Well, you nailed that 3rd one.
The cheating thing.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel like if you told me you kissed someone, I feel like I would leave, but to be fair, like I think it's so unfair when someone cheats and then the other person forgives them and then they spend their whole relationship dogging the person, or like when you lose respect for someone.
Right.
I think if you can't get over something, then you do have to leave. But maybe you have a better capability of like being over something. Like for me, I would think about it every day. Anytime you went out now, I would think you were going to kiss. Like it would ruin both our times.
Yeah. Well, I would never do that, so.
Even if you looked at someone, I would. No, I'm just kidding. I just wouldn't be able to get over it. So I would leave for us because you wouldn't like the person it would make me.
Sure, that makes sense.
I think trusting your partner it makes everything fun.
Leave a comment, guys, if you have something to say about this topic. Oh, we have a call. We have a call right now. Hey, Todd, you're on Nivine's new podcast. How are you?
No way, Nivine has a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 2, we're taping it right now.
What's the first episode called? How to Kegel?
Good topic, Todd. Oh, actually,
Wait,
I like
Todd,
that a lot.
Can we ask you a quick question?
Nope.
If a girl cheated on you, but she was like, oh, I was just really drunk and I kissed someone, would you be like, okay, whatever? Like you love her?
I would be able to. I would figure out if it was like just a kiss, like an accident, or if like it's like she's letting go. I have to feel the vibe out for sure.
Total accident.
Total accident, like oops,
Just like drunk, kiss someone. I don't think any kiss is an accident, but just kind of messed up. It was someone random.
I would be kind of sketched out. I don't think I would. I don't think I would flee quite yet, but I would be very aware.
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
I would definitely sniff it out and just catch the vibe.
Right on. Go ahead.
Because girls are like, never mind. I don't want to say.
Wait, were you going to say girls are more, like if a girl kisses someone, there's feelings?
It's more emotional for a girl,
and guys kind of can kiss someone and it's less emotional. It's just like.
Guys are just like
I believe
primal,
that.
I guess,
Yeah, that's true.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's
that makes
girls are more tactical and they're smarter.
Yeah, like if a girl kisses someone, it's probably more like an emotional attachment, whereas a guy could kiss someone and forget about the person.
Yeah, the guy can kiss a bum and it's like, God is a woman. Remember that. God is a woman, Jason.
I know. Nivine makes me say that 30 times before
In
I
the
start
morning.
my day. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Is physicality big in the beginning stages of a relationship? Does that mean like being physical?
Yeah.
Or does it mean like physically attractive?
It means like being demonstrative, physicality, like touching.
Oh, okay. And then number 2, this is 2. Did you ever create a list for a future partner when you were single? And if so, what was on it?
Ooh, good stuff.
Physicality to me is really important.
Okay. In the beginning of a relationship, they said.
What does that mean, though?
The question is physicality normal in the beginning of a relationship? They're probably saying we're having the relationship and we're not having all this physicality that people are supposed to have, so that's a red flag. I think that's what they're asking.
So I think on the first couple dates, no, but if you're dating, I think you should be all over each other. And if you're not, the person has something going on. I don't think it's you. I think that they have some sort of mental block, and you probably don't want to be with that person. If it's important to you, because you're always going to feel insecure that it's you, and that's going to like ruin your personality, and it's going to eat you up, and it's going to make you insecure. And you should never be with someone that triggers your insecurities. And I think any girl is triggered if a guy isn't like all over them, because we're used to like every guy like falling on the floor for us.
Was that a girl that asked that? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure, actually. It's anonymous.
Wow.
Wow.
Have you ever had a relationship like that where the physicality wasn't there?
I was with someone for like 2 years and we never had sex.
Interesting.
And I didn't even think
he wanted anal?
It was the anal guy.
Was the anal guy?
I think that's a girl. But so I was in that, and then when I became single, everyone was like wanting to hook up and stuff. So I was like, whoa, wait, like, am I like, I really thought like, oh, maybe he's just not that attracted to me.
Mm-hmm.
But like everything else was so good. So I like kind of stayed, and I was like sex doesn't matter that much. But then I realized, no, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's not normal.
Right.
So I think it's something you have to learn. So if you don't want to learn that and waste 2 years of your life, you can listen to me and just find someone new if that's important to you.
I hear that a lot with women, that they're like, they can kind of go without sex. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like someone younger that like they don't know how important sex is. And I think it's really important.
Why is sex important?
I think it's like, it's a bonding thing. Like even after like you and I do it, like I'm just like, whoa, like I love this person so much. Like I would do anything for them. Like it's like, I don't know. I think it like bonds you. I think when you're like doing that, you're like transferring energy on each other. Like I think you're just like creating something.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I'm just cleaning the pipes.
It means nothing to you.
Yeah.
Did you have a list of things that you were looking for in a partner, or you were just kind of seeing what you could get?
Yeah, I just said
Female.
has a pulse.
Yeah.
No, I never made
Did you have a list that you wanted someone with like really big, like gorgeous boobs?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I had a list in my head. I never wrote it out. But sure, I mean, you're
hot young thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're everything I would ever want.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know it though until I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't think you should have a physical list, like about someone's like physical appearance. I think it's weird to have like a type. I don't know
Anal.
why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like some people will be like, I will only like marry someone with blue eyes because I want my baby to have blue eyes and I love my. I think that's so wild.
Right.
Like that's so wild to me.
Did you ever make a list, or did you have a friend who made a list?
I have friends who have like all these lists. Anyone I know with a list of like has to be over 6'2", has to this, has everyone I know with a list is single.
Oh.
And no one can be your list. And then someone could be your list and then they're weird. And
Yeah,
then you're
yeah.
like, oh, well, but they have all, but they're 6'2", and it's like, but you don't like this person.
Right.
So I don't think you should have a list in that. But like my list was more like I liked when people had children already. I liked someone that wanted more children. I liked someone that had been through a marriage. I feel like I'm the only person that looks for those things because it's like, oh, like you tried something. Like you're being someone's second wife is really, really underrated because it's the perfect thing to be because they learn so much. And guys usually go through a bad divorce. And so it usually turns them off from marriage, right? And they're like, I'll never get married again. So if they're willing to marry you, you know they really love you. And they're willing to try again. And usually the first one wasn't so good. So they're like really willing to try. And I think that shows like a kind of commitment that someone doing it for the first time just can't show you.
Yeah. And you've said that before. You're like, oh, if there's like a guy who's like 45 and hasn't been married, that's a big problem.
Yeah,
You think that?
I do.
Go ahead. Can you expound on that?
You have to, if you want, so if you're looking for someone that's never been married and doesn't have kids, you have to go under 35. If they're older than 35 and they've never had those things, that's a huge red flag. And you shouldn't be with that person.
Wow. Oh, come on. What if they're 38? What if they're 40 and they're just
I
like
don't
never
think you
got
should.
married?
No. 40 is a no.
What if you're like, you worked really hard, you worked on your business, blah, 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 blah.
40?
You get to be 39, 40, and you meet somebody, you think that this is a red flag.
Yeah, because I think around 35, most of your peers and stuff should be like settling down with people. If you're not, that means you were like prolonging it. Like you were like, oh, like, I don't know. I think a 40-year-old, you'll only see that in LA or New York.
What about George Clooney? I don't think he got married until he was over 40. He might have been 50.
True. But to be fair, I wouldn't marry him.
He's a catch.
He has a lot of miles on him. And then I'm sure like the woman he's married to, Lebanese, by the way.
Ooh.
I would always think like, ew, like you've been a bachelor for so long, like you miss that. Like that's, so you have to settle down with someone and you can't spend too much time being alone because if you get used to being alone, then you'll always, we always prefer the company of ourselves. So no one will be good enough for you after a certain age because it's like, oh, I could just be alone. And when you have that mindset, you're never going to compromise and like do things the other person wants because it's like, ew, no, I don't want to do that. I want to just go be by myself.
Right.
And so you're never going to be in a healthy relationship because you'd rather be doing nothing with yourself.
You're right. I watch Bill Maher's podcast, and he'll always ask people about being married and stuff, and he'll be like, "Really? You wouldn't just want to be alone?" And they're like, "No, it's great." And I find that so interesting.
Because you have to be so...
He's been alone his whole life.
Yeah, you're used to it. So now being with someone, if someone's like, oh, we have to go to like my aunt's cousin's birthday, you're like, no, I'm not going. And like that, you got to do stuff for your partner. But like if you've been alone too long, your willingness to like do stuff for others is going to be gone.
Right. Well,
is that a yawn?
What's that?
Is that a yawn?
No.
Okay. Thin ice. I'm dating a girl who is gorgeous.
Okay.
Maybe, this is such a weird sentence, maybe a little bit of a model.
Ooh.
I'm 25 and she's 20. She likes to be taken care of as she has been in prior relationship where a guy did so. But I feel a little guilty when I feel like she's only with me because I take care of her financially, meaning I give her money to spend on shopping from time to time. I feel like we have a good chemistry and we're happy with each other, but I also have this doubt that what if she's only with me because of money? Please let me know your opinion on what I should do. Co-host?
I mean, I think that there's something very, I think that there's something very good and enriching about like giving your girlfriend or wife money. I think there's a lot of good in that.
Yeah.
It's kind of an old school mentality.
Right.
But what it does is it allows
them to shut up.
it makes them feel good.
Right.
Right. And it also allows you to feel good. Like, oh wow, like I'm the
like
big man.
yeah.
I'm the big man here.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really, really, really good for a guy's like ego and confidence. And it's like, look at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like money's, it's just money. It's not that important. And she likes to be taken care of. And I think that that's really fun.
So if you are the 20-year-old model and this guy fails you, you've got Jason Nash ready to spend.
I don't know.
I agree. And I think if you had good chemistry, someone's not, so this is such a young guy, because he said he's 25, mindset of like, they'll pay for someone's nails one time and they'll be like, are you using me? And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like he said he gives her money to shop from time to time. So I assure you he's given her like $500.
Sure.
To like go to the mall. She's not using you. And if you like her and if the chemistry's good, I promise you her previous relationships have probably done more for her. So if you want to be with her, that's just part of it. She's 20 years old. The world is her oyster. She's used to people throwing stuff at her. She's not using you for money. If she was going to use someone for money, they would probably have more money than spending from time to time.
Right. Good call. Yeah. Well said.
And she probably wouldn't be with like a 25-year-old that's like crying about giving money a couple times.
Right.
So man up. And it's men's responsibility everywhere to just take care of the girls.
I mean,
keep them out of the workplace.
I kind of do believe that, but well, hang on.
I'm just kidding.
Girls can work. That's fine. Girl wants to work. That's amazing. But let's play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Let's say she is using him. Let's say
she is using him.
Let's say
right?
she's not as good looking as he says she is.
She's not. Well, let's say she is good looking.
Okay, let's say she is.
And she is using him for money.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 25, you're with a model. Let's say she's the most gorgeous model.
Sure.
And she's 20. You're kind of using her too.
Oh.
So I think I don't know. I think, so everyone's with someone because they're getting something out of it. Whether this person makes me feel so good or this person like boosts my ego. This person, like, I love being around them. They're so funny. Everything is a little transactional. Like, oh, I get this from you. And then you give this person that. Like, I think people just get turned off when you say that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
When you say what?
Like when you're like, oh, like if she was like, oh, I like that you give me. I think it's hot when guys like take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't make me be with someone because you have to like the person.
Yeah.
But it is like a plus. Like to me, it shows that the person's like a provider. And like at the end of the day, we're all animals. So it's like, oh, is this person going to take care of me in the long run for my life? And it's like if the guy is like weird about going shopping, like it's like, no, it's a turn off.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, well said.
But so I think you're using her too, but you don't realize that. You're using her body.
Right. But also if she doesn't make you feel great and she's just like taking money from you, then
yes.
Get the hell out.
Yeah. But then you shouldn't be giving her money.
Yeah, right.
You should just say no.
Yeah.
Also, it's a good test of that is like maybe for like a month, don't.
Yeah, maybe try that
and see
what happens.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's a good.
See if she leaves.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap up here. Don't look for anal. That was the first one.
But also I feel bad because I do think you should, if you have like a weird sexual preference, you do have to tell people on the first date because you could meet someone that's into it.
No way.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's
Don't
one more
tell
thing.
people that on
I
the
think
first
some people, everyone I ever met told me not to talk about like marriage or relationships or anything on a first date, and I was like, no, that's what I want. Like I really like everyone, every dating coach, everyone always says that, and don't travel with the person for a while. But like I told you, and we took like that little trip, even if it's like a 2-day trip or a 1-day trip. I think you'll know. If you like someone, you'll know. I think you should jump in. I think you should talk about things that are important to you. And if it's the wrong person, it will be an immediate, like, they're like, ew, no. That's not the person you wanted to be with anyway. You would have found that out in 4 months.
So your advice is dive in head first.
Dive in. Be like, this is so crazy, but my biggest, like, conflict with dating is, like, I'm just so into anal and, like...
What if I had said that? First date.
Well, I'd be like, I've never done that.
Right.
And so I don't feel comfortable. Would you be open? So to me, I would say no. Because
and would you go on a second date if I opened
No.
with that?
but I wouldn't be the girl because then you
Yeah,
would be in
yeah.
a relationship where you're unhappy because I'm not doing it.
What about just right on the dating app? Hey, do you like anal? Oh, no, I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah. You will get more hookups, but maybe if you're hooking up with someone, I don't know how that works. Maybe that will develop into a relationship. But just know if you put that on your dating profile and a girl comes over and does that with you, she's also doing that with many people.
Right.
Like you guys are all hooking up.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone's hooking up. It's an epidemic.
I think this is quite a good episode.
You do?
Yeah, it's awesome. Really good. You knocked it out. I saved you on one of them with my advice.
Which one?
The second
I don't
one.
remember. What did you say?
I don't know, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Maybe that's your catchphrase.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Actually, that's Rob Schneider. That's Rob Schneider's catchphrase.
I swear to God, me and Rob Schneider are the same person.
No, listen.
I would have done life exactly
Don't make
as
out
he
with
did
him.
it.
I'll leave.
No, I wouldn't make out with him.
I'm gonna
and you
leave.
wouldn't leave. You'd be like, do you think you could get him on my podcast?
No. No, that one would hurt.
Rob?
Big star like that, yeah.
So it just can't be a big star.
No, I don't know. I don't care at this point about Rob Schneider.
Seems like you do. What if I came home and I was like, this is so crazy, but I made out with Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris is like 80.
He is?
Yeah.
How is everyone
I went to his
old
ranch.
now? You did? I used to be obsessed.
Spent the day with Chuck
With him.
Norris. He lives in the middle of nowhere.
He seems great.
Yeah. He was great. He was great. Big ranch, nice guy.
Big ranch?
Big ranch, yeah.
Like places for me to roam. Is there a place for me to start like an art studio there?
Oh yeah.
Is he on social media?
Chuck, if you're watching, my marriage is over.
No, I'm
She's
just
coming.
kidding. Yeah, this was good.
Very good. Good job.
Very good.
Another one in the can.
Another one.
Another one in the stink.
Another one in the pink.
Yep.
Ew.
Another
I
one.
don't like that.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for watching. If you want your question featured on here, you can submit it on the website until I get a phone line, and then you can submit it on the phone line.
Did you have any? Did you have good feedback? People that want to come on the show?
Yeah, I have a couple people who are single that want to come on the show, and I think it would be fun to make like the second segment of the show. We'll have 2 segments. We'll do this, and then we'll have someone come in, and then we try to set them up.
Great.
And stuff.
Great.
So soon you'll be able to meet with our singles.
Yes. So you're gonna have
Get to know our singles.
You're gonna bring single people on here, and then
Yeah.
people are gonna be able to say, "Oh, I like this person."
Yeah, so we'll get to know them. We can interview them, see
Great.
what they're into, see what they like. Then we'll pick someone for them to go on a date where they're like 3 people, maybe FaceTime date or something.
Sure.
And then we can do follow-ups, like follow-up from our singles, and like people can leave us videos. Maybe it'll be in bed with their date,
Amazing.
their wedding.
Oh,
I don't know. They
have
could
you
be
ever
on
had a successful match?
No, but I think I'm really good at pairing people together.
Yeah.
I'm just good at marriage, to be fair.
When we go out, I will say Nivine is, people dump everything on her. People really, doesn't matter who it is, they just start telling you about their relationship, and you usually are very helpful.
They know that I'm the smartest girl in the world.
There you go. I love you.
I love you.
Good job.
Thank you. You did good.
I did okay.
You had like the one good piece of advice.
Am I going to be invited back?
Yeah, I want to treat you like Tim Heidecker treats Greg.
Oh my God. Guys, if
our guest.
you have to, that's an On Cinema joke. If you watch Tim Heidecker's show On Cinema, he plays a really jerk movie reviewer who treats his co-host like crap. It's really funny.
Episode he like introduces his co-host like it's like a guest that might not be there the next week, but he's always there.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I was inspired.
I can't believe I need to talk to people about On Cinema. Maybe I need to join like a Reddit or something.
You have someone that sleeps in your bed that's into it.
That's true. You do talk to me about it. Yeah.
I always try. And you're like, yeah. I need to find people that like On Cinema.
Think of a sign off.
Oh,
bye guys. Get to loving. That's
good.
good.
If you're watching this,
yeah,
go put on a cute outfit and get ready because you never know when you're going to meet your soulmate. And don't be in an ugly outfit. Bye.
I think you found it.
That was good,
That was
right?
good, yeah.